Imagine this. It's 4:30 in the morning. Your phone is dead. There's no alarm clock, no smartwatch, no notifications. And if you don't wake up before sunrise, you could lose your job, miss a ship that won't return for months, or fail to open your market stall and lose the money your family depends on. Sounds impossible, right? But for thousands of years, this was normal. So here's the question. How did people wake up before alarm clocks existed? At first, it seems like one of those tiny historical details nobody thinks about. But the deeper you go, the stranger it gets. Because waking up on time wasn't just a convenience. For many people, it was survival. And somehow, millions of humans managed it without a single beep, ringtone, or snooze button. Now, you might think the answer is simple. The sun. Just wake up when the sun rises. But there's a problem. What if you needed to wake up before sunrise? What if you worked in a bakery, a mine, a factory, or on a fishing boat leaving in complete darkness? Suddenly, nature wasn't enough. So people got creative. One of the oldest methods was surprisingly psychological. Before going to sleep, many people would drink large amounts of water. It sounds ridiculous until you realize it worked. Their own bladder became the alarm clock. Imagine intentionally setting yourself up to wake up uncomfortable just so you wouldn't oversleep. Crude? Absolutely. Effective? More often than you'd think. But that's where things start getting weird. In ancient civilizations, people paid close attention to predictable sounds in their environment. Roosters became famous for a reason. Temple bells echoed through cities. Church bells later served the same purpose across Europe. Entire communities synchronized their lives around sounds that arrived like clockwork every single day. Still, what if you couldn't risk depending on a rooster having a productive morning? This is where history delivers one of its most fascinating and almost forgotten jobs. In parts of Britain during the Industrial Revolution, there were professional human alarm clocks, real people. They were called knocker-uppers. Their entire job was waking other people up. Think about that for a second. Before dawn, these workers walked through dark streets carrying long sticks. They tapped on bedroom windows until the customer woke up. Some used bamboo poles. Others fired dried peas through tubes to hit upper-story windows. And here's the crazy part. They didn't leave until they saw movement. Imagine trusting your future to a stranger armed with a pea shooter at 5 a.m. But even that wasn't the strangest solution. Some ancient cultures used water clocks that slowly filled containers until a mechanism triggered a sound. Others experimented with candles marked by metal nails. As the candle burned down, the nails would eventually fall onto a metal tray with a sharp clink, creating an early alarm system. It sounds almost magical, like something from a fantasy novel, but people actually depended on these inventions. And beneath all these methods was something deeply human: fear. The fear of oversleeping wasn't a minor inconvenience. Today, if you miss your alarm, you might be late for work. In the past, oversleeping could mean losing wages, missing opportunities, disappointing your community, or even facing hunger. Every night carried uncertainty. Every morning was a test. What's fascinating is that many historians believe people also developed stronger internal clocks. When waking up at the same time became essential, the brain adapted. Have you ever had an important flight and somehow woke up 1 minute before your alarm? That ability isn't magic. It's buried inside all of us. And that leads to a surprising realization. Modern humans often feel helpless without technology. If our phone battery dies, many of us genuinely worry about waking up on time. Yet our ancestors managed for thousands of years using observation, discipline, community, ingenuity, and their own biology. They built entire civilizations without digital reminders telling them when to open their eyes. Maybe the real story isn't about alarm clocks at all. Maybe it's about how much we've outsourced to technology things we once trusted ourselves to do. So tonight, before you set your alarm, think about the millions of people who fell asleep under the stars, in crowded cities, on ships crossing oceans, or in villages lit only by firelight, and still found a way to wake up exactly when they needed to. And then ask yourself this: if all our technology disappeared tomorrow, how much of ourselves would still be enough?